Have you ever looked at someone else's life and thought, she is so blessed. I wish my life looked like hers? Maybe she has the marriage you desire, the career you want, the beautiful home, the children, the money, or the opportunities you've been praying for. But here's something we often forget. Being blessed by God isn't always about having more. Sometimes it's about having what money cannot buy. A woman can have everything the world celebrates and still have no peace. And another woman can be walking through a difficult season while carrying something incredibly valuable: the presence, protection, peace, and favor of God. So what are the real signs that you are a woman blessed by God? 1. You have peace even when life isn't perfect. Philippians 4:7 speaks about the peace of God that surpasses human understanding. A blessed woman isn't necessarily a woman without problems. She's a woman who has learned where to take her problems. She may cry, she may struggle, she may have unanswered questions, but somewhere inside she knows, God is still with me. That's a blessing. 2. God gives you the strength to walk away from what isn't good for you. Sometimes God's blessing looks like losing something. A friendship ends. A relationship doesn't work out. A door closes. And at first, you're heartbroken. But later, you realize God was protecting you. Proverbs 3:5-6 tells us to trust the Lord rather than depending entirely on our own understanding. Sometimes you don't understand the closed door because you haven't seen what's behind it. A blessed woman learns to say, God, if you removed it, I'll trust you. 3. You are becoming more like Christ. This is one of the greatest signs of all. God's greatest blessing isn't simply giving you things. It's transforming you. You become more patient, more forgiving, more disciplined, more compassionate. You begin to care about what pleases God rather than what impresses people. Galatians 5:22-23 describes the fruit of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. If you're seeing these qualities growing in you, don't overlook them. That's evidence of God's work in your life. 4. You have favor that you cannot explain. Have you ever walked into an opportunity you didn't expect? Someone recommended you, a door opened. You received help at exactly the right time. You didn't have all the qualifications, but somehow God made a way. That's why Psalm 5:12 says, Surely, Lord, you bless the righteous. You surround them with your favor as with a shield. Favor doesn't mean everything will be easy. It means God can make a way where you couldn't make one yourself. 5. You can survive things that should have broken you. Think about Joseph. He was betrayed by his brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, thrown into prison. Yet God never abandoned him. Eventually, the same man who was sitting in prison became a ruler in Egypt. Sometimes you look back at your life and realize, I don't know how I survived that season. But you did. And maybe the reason you survived wasn't because you were stronger than you thought. Maybe God was carrying you. Isaiah 43:2 says that when you pass through the waters, God will be with you. Your survival is sometimes a testimony of God's faithfulness. 6. You have learned to wait on God. This one is difficult. We live in a world that wants everything immediately, but God often develops his daughters in waiting seasons. Abraham waited, Hannah waited, David waited, Joseph waited. Waiting doesn't mean God has forgotten you. Sometimes God is preparing you for what you're praying for. Isaiah 40:31 says, "Those who wait on the Lord shall renew their strength." So if you're waiting right now, don't assume you're behind. God may be preparing something you aren't ready to see yet. 7. You have a heart that wants to help others. A blessing isn't just something you receive. It's something God can work through you. If God has blessed you with wisdom, you can encourage someone. If He has given you resources, you can help someone. If you've survived something painful, your testimony can give another woman hope. Jesus said in Matthew 5:16, "Let your light shine before others." God doesn't bless us merely so we can say, "Look what I have." He blesses us so our lives can point people back to Him. So if you've been wondering whether you're blessed because your life doesn't look perfect, remember this. Blessing isn't always a big house, a full bank account, or a perfect relationship. Sometimes blessing is waking up with peace, having strength after heartbreak, having wisdom to walk away, having faith when you don't understand, having people who genuinely love you, having another opportunity to start again, and most importantly, knowing that you belong to God. If you have Jesus, you already possess something the world cannot give and cannot take away. So stop measuring your blessing by someone else's life. God has written a different story for you. Your journey may look different. Your timing may be different. Your testimony may be different. But different doesn't mean forgotten. You are not forgotten. You are not invisible. And your difficult season doesn't mean God has abandoned you. Sometimes the blessing is hidden inside the process. So today, instead of asking, "Why don't I have what she has?" ask, "God, help me recognize what you have already given me." Because sometimes we're so focused on the blessing we're waiting for that we fail to notice the blessings already sitting in our hands. If this message touched your heart, comment, "I am blessed because God is with me." And remember, dear woman, a blessed woman isn't a woman whose life is perfect. She's a woman who knows that whatever happens, God is with her. And when God is with you, even your wilderness can become a place of preparation. Your waiting can become a place of growth, and your testimony can become a blessing to someone else. God bless you.